If it's not, it becomes more difficult. We know that, you know, Lee Sin's been nerfed in solo lanes, but then Rascal does some things, and we're like, has he really? Get annoying. That is the plan here. You hail the blades on them.
Look at the positioning.
And you hope that it's just going to work. And this is exactly the plan happening right now as Leo's the target. Immediately he cleanses to try and get himself out of the way, but he's burning down. Has to flash in the end as lmht, he's just happy to help his minions out, trying to push this one forward, and it looks like Leo's going to have to go back.
4 summoners for 1. All based off of the Halo Blade.
So it's absolutely worth it to invest your health bars plus Carrier's flash. Not the end of the world to lose it. But now, at least, Leo will be able to pick up a large portion of these minions.
Yeah, not the end of the world here. lmht survives. That's massive. He was so close to dying. I mean, both of them surviving means that we could be, if they had died, we could be looking at a completely lost bottom lane already for the first 2 minutes.
Well, that Q landed there from Keen, but the follow-up damage should be there from Canna. Going to be able to even things out.
Level 3 Gnar is very annoying to deal with.
No. Jonah Strong, why did you have to come to the mid lane? A bit of his corrupting potion in order to get that mana back, as we know, as lmht just continuing to be lmht.
That's when you get punished. That's when you end up falling behind. So he's got to be aggressive here.
Yeah, well, he is certainly being aggressive, as we can see. Both of them picking up some shields as Dread going to be able to get the smite out of Owner, but he won't be able to pick up.
Freak has actually turned out to be just fine. As Owner looking to trade back. He's like, you stole my Raptor camp. I'm going to return the favor. But now that Faker has prio, you can't actually get any help.
It's the bot lane.
And the top side matchup, obviously, is Kana levels up here. Does get his kid online, is going very well. You know, got to make a choice.
Oh, okay, Gumayushi. From the side, Diana still lying in wait. Control vision in the area, but Afrika, they do want to just go up and support their volley bear.
Once again, Afrika's early game, it's aggression, you know, that they can support with this volley bear, and the objective control that he has to offer here is just going to win out. I say that, but
yeah, canceling the back here is okay. In he goes. No Moonfall available, and the Winter's Bite is going to miss. They get the flash out of Leo. That's fantastic news for T1.
For Owner in this early game, but this is the type of player, both of these players, Dread and Owner, have a really similar playstyle in that they like to get tempo advantages for their lanes very early on.
Definitely very aggressive. You're absolutely right. There's Carrier. Dread just doing his best Owner impression, as we can see. He's going to find Carrier immediately. He'd be able to allow Owner to just hard commit, as the arrow is going to connect onto lmht. But remember, okay, not going to land the Moonfall there. It's not even the Moonfall, it's the Moonlight Vigil, but still not going to land it. That's going to mean that T1 is going to be okay. Q misses as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Yumi's health bar is actually Aphelios' health bar, so...
Yeah, it's a little bit fake, isn't it?
Yeah, you feel like you have an opportunity to catch the cat, but actually you really don't. And as long as... Yeah, because she can empower anybody, she can do a lot of damage too.
Yep. And it is going to be, once again, the Luden's build, which we have been seeing as the most...
2 Drake advantage, and that's where you really want to be right now as a Freak against this composition that's great at teamfight later on.
Yeah, Kane gonna actually invest
ward, yeah.
his Totem Ward, indeed. Owner is up here. He does have the Rift Herald as well, as that's a Gnar into the wall. Keen may die also, and he will. Canna tanking up the turret, and now they might even be able to kill this on the next wave as well. This is a disaster for Afrika top side of the map.
I mean, Keen thought he was being a little bit clever, like, okay, you're going to try to get something out of this, so I'm going to commit my ward, make sure I don't get traded into, but he just did not expect Owner to be here with his ultimate available, ready to collapse in. And it's a very deadly combination when you consider the burst damage and the chain CC that comes with it, and the extra charge you're talking about is going to go through here. So that's a ton of extra gold potentially here. I mean, it could be unlocked at a moment's notice on this very hurt inner turret.
Yeah, Fly comes on over. He's going to try and defend, but we do have Lee Sin rotating down. Dread going to hold onto the mid lane while he can. Faker might be able to get a bit of damage onto him.
Yeah, Faker's like, thank you for the free damage here. You're not going to be able to really CS this very easily. Fly comes over now.
Yep. Should mean that Afrika can get towards the bottom side in order to grab this Drake.
What to get out of that Rift Herald.
Ooh, looks like we're fighting for it.
Looks like it.
Yep, T1 have full knowledge of what's going on. Hawkshot certainly going to help them with that one as Fly moves on down. We might actually have a team fight.
Moonfall almost off cooldown here for Owner.
Yeah. Leo's got his, but the Glacial Fissure goes completely wide, and that is going to be the Drake locked down. Owner goes golden, but is he actually going to survive? This is the question. Realm Walk comes in. Keen actually finds it. off towards the backside. No flash, but no worries by the looks of things. Moonfall doesn't do enough damage there. As you can see, Lehen's getting thrown around. The heal does come out. The Yuumi is dead now, though, as Leo at basically full health. Fly gonna have to try and get out of there as Faker gets into the brush into relative safety as the flash out from Leo, but Gumayusi's trying to catch up to him. In the meantime, Keen's killing everyone else, as Faker and Gumayusi are the ones that are able to get out alive.
It's going to be so much extra gold going over to Keen here. Gore Drinker is on the horizon as he goes back here with those for T1, and they were able to trade some kills back in that fight. So it's not like, you know, this was a huge win for Afrika where they get a massive gold lead. In fact, they're still significantly behind in that regard.
Yep. So
it's a must-win fight for Afrika. They end up getting the objective. That's the most important part. T1 look like they're going to have the better position to take the second Herald, but the trade-off will be this bottom turret. Now the question is, can Kana get this top turret in return? And I don't think he'll be able to do so.
No, but they are able to get the Herald, so it's going to be absolutely
massive. Keen has to respect this.
Yeah, and they don't even need to invest the Herald, and they get that inner turret for all of that extra gold. Yeah, I want to see how Lehens is able to get all of that poke damage across as well. The Prowling Projectile, always good at that. Doesn't quite have his Ludens available just yet, though, as Carrier lands a Winter's Bite onto Dread, but Dread isn't too worried about it. 40 seconds on this first Cloud Drake of the game.
Kana has been doing so much work in the side lanes this game. Gets away with this for so long because Afrika were grouped mid. Just gets to walk out for free.
See, Carrier takes a bit of damage from him as the Rift Herald is looking to break down this outer turret in mid lane.
Kana's timing on his Narbar is pretty perfect to come over here with this flank. He's on the bottom part of the screen, exactly. This time, he's going to have to hope that is a bigger set of CC. They're just going to give this up, though.
They're going to get a double charge, though, and I think this is 100% worth it for T1. Sacrifice the Cloud Drake. You don't really mind just one Cloud going over to anyone. It is Cloud Soul, but if you can create enough of an advantage, and it just doesn't matter that they're on Soul Point, especially because it is the Cloud.
It's a double turret.
They break the inhibitor turret. They decide, oh, they're going to get the charge here as well. Oh, I would have thought that Afrika might want to actually get that one killed.
Leo.
T1 misses out on all the gold, but that's fine.
He might be in trouble here. Kana is going to be able to get that Gnar up.
Yeah, how do you navigate this? He's decided to invest his flash. Keen's like, nah, mate, I am not. He's looking for Guma. Oh, Guma in trouble towards the backside. He safeguards to get himself out of there, but 1 versus 5, you're not going to be able to find that. His Demolish is getting him a lot of value in this game. Certainly is a worthwhile rune for Kana, as he is going to be able to get through that outer turret. Also, the amount of strike.
Because a lot of the time when he plays the Orianna, it's just so he doesn't end up messing up in lane, and he just does okay in the later parts of the game, and that's good enough, right? He's 3-0 on the Orianna in that sort of MO. We do have a Baron take here. I was going to say Fly actually has to carry this game now. That's what the point I was leading to. They cannot stop this Baron.
Yeah, this is just a free Baron. So this is just Afrika deciding to stop. They're just not really doing very much video gaming at this point in time. And
early Baron. So now T1 just have this 20-minute Baron to roll across the map and take all the vision away. And eventually Afrika's going to have to be decisive at some point. They eventually are going to have to say, we need to group up and fight this and look for a really nice engage. Otherwise, the game plays itself for T1 at this point.
Yeah, they're going to be able to grab this inner turret most likely. I highly doubt that Afrika will be able to defend here. And you can see they are just backing away. Fly moves on up though. I guess there is a 4 versus 4. However, this turret not long for the world. So, going to back away. And Afrika have now ran out of inner turrets to give up. And they can hold. And now, Afrika can't get to this Drake at all, ever.
Exactly.
You know, and you mentioned all of the deep vision that they put down. They've just T1 have picked
the commitment of Gumayusi and Kana on the bottom side of the map, so they get some deep wards on the left side of the map here, deep into the blue side jungle, so at least they have that going for them. They still get back here in time to defend this inhibitor turret, but the inhibitor, not sure if that one's long for this world if T1 decide to group up there on the mid lane.
Yep, and Afrika getting split here as well as Faker in the mid lane, able to get some damage onto the inhibitor. And while he's doing that, T1 can move in and try and get some damage on this inhibitor turret as well.
Like maximum value out of this Baron buff. 15 seconds left to go, they're going to get every little piece of it.
Yeah, and then playing around Kana's Mega Gnar timing as well. As soon as Mega Gnar hits, T1 lose the initiative. Ordinarily heavy. Keen, let's find carry here towards the top side of the map as T1 are going to collapse on this inhibitor turret top lane. Leo desperately just trying to reach some item parity.
They're looking for Faker, and he dodges the Q, so definitely, I mean, I don't think Keen goes in there in any world.
No.
But he dodged it just the same.
Prowling Projectile does a lot of damage, as we see.
You know, I feel like this is a game that Afrika, they did not...
Extraordinarily hard for Afrika to do so, but Yumi has done some ridiculous things in the past.
You mentioned, too, before we went into those stats, that like a lot of those stats for T1 were actually at the beginning of this season, whereas their form right now looks to be way better, right? So you kind of trust this 5-man roster to be better. Kane looking for a potential angle there. That was scary for a moment.
A little bit. Kane's still looking for it. Gonna quite get there. Okay, Baron's up in 4 seconds, and Afrika now look like they're ready to do something. They have a collector on their Aphelios.
Teleport coming through here for Kana. He is going to be in position to look for this fight.
Yeah, and Afrika Randuin's as well.
Afrika, like, just kind of missing out on all their tiny windows of opportunity here, unfortunately. It's just too little too late to decide now is the time to look for a team fight. Dread dies so quickly if he goes in.
Yeah, okay, Dread does walk forward, but doesn't take too much damage. Carrier flashing on top of Leo. Misses the ult, though, as there's the Realm Warp into the backline. Great kick out onto Ona, but they still manage to take down the Aphelios, and now there's so much damage missing from this fight. Fly is going to get a decent shockwave, but it's too little, and it is way too late. Faker flashes forward on top of Dread. He's going to go golden, so he can see his death for a moment. He's got a Yumi, so he might be able to zoom his way out of this one. And he'll be able to do so.
From Lance, he's like, I'm helping.
Yeah.
Oh, this one I think has just it's flown away from Afrika. There's no way back into this game.
Well, Kane gonna dive on in, so Carry is well and truly dead. Ona goes golden as Rise turns up. Faker decides that it is the end of the Afrika Freaks for this game, and they will take down these Nexus turrets. Leo, he's going to respawn, but I don't think you're allowed out of your fountain, and if you do, the Crab Rave will be upon you as T1 take down the first Nexus of the series, and they do it in style.
Extremely great macro game.